Hey guys, Noli here and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we will check new premium tier 9 French battleship Bart, and it is basically tier 9 Richelieu with rapid reload free. So if you check the stats you will see that she is class Richelieu class, and that means that her stats are very similar to Richelieu. So survivability is very similar to Richelieu. And this depends how she is performing against which tier are you playing. Then maneuverability is quite good, so this is something that I really like. It's very similar to Richelieu. And guns are also very similar to Richelieu. She has a little bit less range, but she has rapid reload free, so that means she can have pretty devastating damage output in 20 seconds. Then secondary guns are almost the same, and auto secondary guns she has double the amount what Richelieu has. Also for anti-aircraft defense she's quite good. In tier 9 she's actually second best next to Iowa and Missouri, so that's quite good. And also when you compare it for tier 10, for example Republic only has around 100 large caliber guns more than Bart, so or even less, 70. So that means that she can quite perform with AA also against tier 10 relatively good. Again, yeah, if you compare like survivability, she has way less HP than tier 10 ships. So you have to keep in mind that you are taking tier 8 ship into a tier 10 battle. So this is something to keep in mind. Overall, how I would rate her, and this is just my personal feeling, how I feel when I play her. So it usually depends against which tier are you playing. So if you're teaming up with CV that is on tier 8 and then you're playing mostly against tier 8, overall I would give her 4 from 5 points. Survivability I would go 3 from 5 points. Then maneuverability should be 5 from 5. And then guns and anti-aircraft defense I would go 4 from 5 points both against tier 8. And then if we compare it against tier 9 and tier 10, so that means if you're not playing with CV that is on tier 8 in your team, then you will probably be matched also against tier 9 and especially tier 10. Then I would still stay with 4 from 5, but that is just my personal feeling because I like her a lot. So she can perform against tier 10, but you have to be super careful what you're doing and about positioning. Survivability would be 2 from 5, so that means if you show your broadside or you are in wrong position and enemy battleships on tier 10 focus on you, you will lose health super fast. Maneuverability would still be 5 from 5, even in tier 10 she is very maneuverable. Guns would be 3 from 5. Of course, tier 10 guns and tier 9 ships have big damage output. And AA is still 4 from 5. So for equipment, just shortly to show you, I went with standard, dispersion, acceleration, traversa. And for elite bonus I went with elite gun operator. I mean, she's beautiful ship. I really like how she looks. I really like how she performs. And I would definitely, I'm enjoying playing her, and I would definitely suggest to try to team up with CV that is on tier 8, because that means that you will play versus tier 8 mostly, and this is what she is. So she is tier 8 ship that is put on tier 9. So yeah, keep that in mind when you're playing her. Also, how I got her through crates, and I opened 4 crates and she was in 4th crate, so I was lucky there. That doesn't mean you will get it from 4th crate, but this is how it went for me. Okay, let's jump now into the battle and see what she can, how she can perform in action. Okay, let's now first check rapid reload free and how it's performing. So it's performing great. So against this Richelieu, as you can see, I can squeeze 3 salvos in 20 seconds. I have on a commander skill number 10 is master reloader, and that's enough to squeeze 3 salvos in 20 seconds. So that's really great, and you can have a really good damage output. So if we can also check it against tier 9 ships, for example here Zumo, this is Zumo. I also activated rapid reload free now because I'm certain that I can squeeze 3 salvos and shoot most of the shells, so you need to use it smartly. And I can also inflict citadels, as you can see here, so damage output against tier 9 is also quite decent, and you can inflict good damage. So with that I'm quite happy with this ship. What is crucial in this ship is playstyle. So this is something that I like, but it is hugely important. So regarding the playstyle, there are a few things that you have to keep in mind. Only show your bow, so never ever show your broadside, and always turn the bow of your ship in direction from which the damage is coming, as you can see from this as an example here. You have tier 8 survivability, and you need to minimize the damage that you are taking by right positioning and turning your ship into the direction from which they are shooting at you. So that's, and just then pull back, and this is the best that you can do. Then stay at a distance and avoid taking damage with positioning maneuvering, and also use rapid reload free smartly. So that means when you're certain that you will hit all 3 salvos, then you can activate rapid reload free. So as you can see here the position here is great. So I'm turning the bow to the ship that is shooting at me. I'm using island as a cover, and this is the best position how to play her. Just a bow on in direction from which the enemy is shooting at you, use island as a cover, and always be on the move and never show your broadside. And this is exactly what you want to have. Now let's just shortly check. So this is against how she's performing against tier 10 ships, the Republic. So I can, as you can see, I got 1 citadel, so I can have a quite decent amount of damage, but also try not to hit armor belt of tier 10 battleships, because you can get a lot of bounces. And especially never ever show your broadside to tier 10 ships, because you are tier 8 ships in tier 10 battle, and you have HP and survivability of tier 8 ship. So you have to keep that in mind while positioning. As you can check here, so this ship is showing me her broadside, and I'm not showing, I'm bow on. And this is what you want to have. You want to be always bow on and never show your broadside, as for example in this example. Regarding the pros, I would say playstyle. This is something that I hugely like. Maneuverability is also okay. These turrets on the front is something that I like. Guns with rapid reload free are also pro, and then AA is also decent. Regarding cons, that's if you are not playing in your team with CV that is on tier 8, you will be matched against tier 10. So there's definitely betting. Then survivability, especially against tier 10, and guns versus tier 10 can also be a challenge to perform. Okay guys, I hope you liked it, find it useful. Please like and subscribe, and then see you in the next video. Bye!